Hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Foxy, on the show tonight. Is our Billy, Albert, and the one and only Bridgeman. Evening, gentlemen.
Evening. Good evening, Ox. Good evening, Ox. Good evening, everybody.
You with us, Albert?
Yeah, good evening, all. I'm here. I'm ready to go.
Can I just say good evening to yourself, Oxshare, and to your techie boys in the background, and to the two guys, Albert and the Billy Boy. So everybody looking forward to the night. But to all the Rangers fans listening all over the world, good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
How are you, Albert?
Smashing, mate. Smashing. Full of beans, bouncing about. I'm happy. Sitting here doing my knitting.
All right. Stitch one, Carol one.
That's it.
Impressed, mate. Have you got the studs sharpened for the weekend?
Oh, definitely. They're ready to go, mate. I've got everything ready. I'm ready to go right now. I'm ready to go.
Listen, it's not the first time this has been said to you, but don't peak too early, right? All right. How are you, Billy?
I'm buzzing, mate. Buzzing for the weekend, buddy. I'm right up for this one. Battle fever, sky high, mate.
Good, mate. Good. How are you, Mr. Bridge?
I'm doing very well, but based on all reports from other people, Rangers might as well not turning up because we're going to get leather. But you and I know that's going to happen. That's for sure. Great game. Looking forward to it.
How's Mrs. Bridge? Because I know she suffers badly in the run-ups to these games.
She does indeed. Yeah, she's all right, but I keep them well out of her way when it comes to and I don't comment too much on them going on in the football world.
Is it true that in these games you have to move into the West Wing?
I'm in the West Wing right now. I got moved in here a few weeks ago, I'll tell you.
She's a wise woman, Albert.
Oh, she know.
I can't stand this shouting and swearing, she said to me. I said, who's swearing? She said, well, you all the time. She said, all the time. So, lacerated.
Aye.
I know that Foxy never had these problems with his missus in that sense, To let him watch anything he wanted to watch.
No, not at all, mate. Right, Albert, look, we're building up. I get it. The battle fever's on. We're all. It's like a seed that grows your head, isn't it? These games, and then it goes into the stomach, and you get the nerves, and it's a strange feeling, mate, isn't it?
Okay, and the more you play, well, the years go by and the games go by, and you think you're going to get settled in, but you never do. So that's for all the youngins out there. Don't think for a minute when you get our age, they still get to you because it does.
Oh, thanks for that, Albert. I'll take that on board.
Oh, listen to that. Listen to that. He's a cracker, isn't he?
Yes. I'm positive, Billy. I'm positive. I don't mean to be flippant. If we play, we win. And I don't mean that to be flippant. I know I say that most weeks because we've got better players than they've got.
Absolutely, Ox. Of course we have, mate. You just have to look at what we can do when we all turn up, mate. That's what we've got to do. We've got to turn up and win our individual battles, mate, and then put a team performance together to go out and make sure that we bring that trophy back to Ibrox, mate. That's what it's all about.
I know that people will say what you're basing that on, Ox, but I'm basing it on what this team have done at certain times, Albert. Yeah, they've had some fantastic results against teams that have spent millions and millions. So if we get there with the right attitude, the right tactics, team selections right, we play, we win, Albert.
Aye, let's be honest, we've got a pedigree of this. It's not like a fluke. We've got a pedigree of pulling results out against so-called richer teams, you know what I mean? We've played teams with hundreds of millions worth of players and hundreds of millions of pounds spent on players. Doesn't make any difference, mate. Doesn't make any difference. This team's got a pedigree. We've got a history of pulling these results out, and I'm quite positive we're going to pull it out this time as well.
Bridgman?
No, can't disagree with anything Andy says, and that's. I think Albert would hit it right there. We have got a bit of pedigree and managed to dig out results, even from under pressure. I think we've done it, and I'm so looking forward to the game. It's not real, and I'm quite sure that we're going to do something. I'm quite sure of it.
So we move forward, and I'm going to go to you first, Billy. Right? Yeah, obviously you help us all right down. There's been a lot of talk about the team. Most people have the back four and the goalkeeper selected, and the front three hasn't been a lot of debate within reason. I want to hear your team, Billy.
Is that right? I'll ask you two questions back then, mate. Is it the players that's fit or the players that's still carrying injury?
Well,
so just off the top,
we'll assume
everybody's fit.
Mm-hmm.
Right, mate. Right. I would go with obviously my back four picks itself. McGregor in goals, Tav Golson, Davis Borner. I would have Raskin and Lundstrom. And I would have Sakala, Kent and Tillman with Morelos up front, mate.
So you're playing a 4-2-3-1?
Yep.
Why have you selected that midfield?
It's just the way we've been playing, Ox. In every game so far this season, mate, we've played the 4-2-3-1. And I'm a great believer if it's not broken, don't try and fix it, mate.
But why a guy we've only seen game and a half in total, maybe? Raskin? They done enough?
But I think so, mate. I know we could maybe argue the point and say, well, you can't judge a laddie until he's played X amount of games or whatever the case may be, Ox. But listen, looking at it from a pure football perspective, the boy's a football player. And he's been brought here to do a job, mate. And as the gaffer said as well, the players he wanted to bring in, he didn't want any players that were, you know what I mean, coming in just to be a progress type thing. He wanted players to hit the ground running, mate. So I can't think why he would sign the likes of Raskin and Cantwell and no play them. Even though I've not got Cantwell in my team, I just think that Raskin is it'd be more a suit for him and Lundstrom, and that two sitting in there, mate, Hodden, and it would obviously give them, the two of them could swap that about if they wanted to go. I mean, if one wanted to sit, other one wanted to push on type thing, mate. But that would be my two.
When Devil's advocate, Albert, they didn't exactly start great against Partick Thistle, Raskin and Lundstrom.
Lundstrom?
Aye.
Partick Thistle's a weird game, no? I mean, it's one of the ones where attitude was all wrong in the game from start to finish. We just took it for granted we were beating them. I can understand the rationale behind it, but you can't get away with that. No, any game, you need to start right, and that's so. I take the Partick Thistle game in isolation. I know we've not played well in many of the other games as well, apart from Hearts, but Partick Thistle was a weird game, just a weird game altogether, mate. They mean, that's not only their cup final, that's their European Cup final for Partick Thistle. So they were right up for it.
So what's Albert's team?
McGregor, Tav, Golson, Davis, Barisic, Lundstrom, Raskin, Cantwell, and Sakala, Kent, Morales.
So you'll get Cantwell instead of Tillman, mate, yeah?
Aye. The reason I've got Cantwell and Raskin in the team, they signed for us with the understanding they're playing big games. They've not came here to sit in benches, mate. And this is a big game. So he needs to show faith in them and stand by his word, because he used that to get them here. So he's got to honour his word now and play them. And I think that's the reason he will play them.
It's pretty funny, Bridget. The back five's picking itself, the front three's picking itself, or the debate's in the middle of the park.
Yeah, and it's the most important part of the pitch as well.
Thank you, Bridge. Thank you. You're learning.
No, I think it is. Of course, I don't know whether he'll play the two young lads together. To be honest, and I think he's dying to get Tillman back in somewhere. So I'm not dead sure. That's going to be quite interesting to see just what he goes for. He's going to pick two of the three, I would imagine. He's going to pick two of the three. So what the team Albert says would be probably just about as close as you're going to get. But I would say that from a midfield perspective, he'll put Tillman in if he can get him in, and one of the other two will just drop out. And that's my opinion.
All right. I think we've got a wee bit of dilemma, Albert. I think what we've seen so far that Cantwell's best position is the same position that Tillman's thrived in, yeah?
Yep. That's why I think he'll play Cantwell first, then Tillman. I think it's a smart move as well, because he will then position Tillman in the best. As the game developed and he sees it, he's then be able to put Tillman exactly where he's going to be effective.
Well, what you're saying is 60 minutes of Cantwell and then Tillman comes on, yeah?
Yeah, something like that, mate. Something like that.
All right, okay.
You've got to remember another forward line. I meant to say, Sakala. Sakala has scored against them. Morelos has scored against them, and Kent scored against them. So they're potent against them. They're not potent against other teams, but they're potent against them. So I'm quite confident one, if not one of them, if not all of them, will score against them.
All right, hope you're right, mate. Hope you're right. The front line, Billy, there's not a lot of debate. I think that's more down to injuries, isn't it? If I'm being honest, there ain't a lot of debate there. I mean, a lot of people would put Scott right, and I wouldn't personally, but...
That's right, Ox. That's how I asked you if you wanted the team that I thought would play or a team regarding who's fit type thing, mate. Like, you know, but that three normally would pick itself as well. And we know, as all Bear said there, we know what Kent, Tillman and Sakala can do. You know what I mean? And as far as wee Sakala goes, mate, he tortured the life out that fullback in the last game at Ibrox, mate. Whether that same fullback plays is a different matter. Obviously, we can't read their mind either. But if we're looking to get in about them and hurt them, that's the three I would be looking to play. But also get Albert's team as well with Tillman, because that's a good shout as well. Because obviously, if you were playing that team, then obviously if Tillman was just coming back type thing for his injury or carrying that knock, then you've got Cantwell there, and he could swap him about as the game progressed, mate, to see how the game went.
But none of the three have got Kamara or Jack playing, yeah? None of the three. Albert?
I think Jack's ran his race. Don't get me wrong. You might get 40 minutes out of him. You might get half an hour out of him. But I think he's ran his race. And Kamara is he's too lazy, mate, for me. He really is. He's a good enough player, but he's too lazy. I heard Linda saying it the other night, and I agree with her. He lets people run off him. He really does. It's criminal what he does. He does it sometimes. He chases back and tracks back. Sometimes. There's always parts of games that he just sort of gets fed up doing it and going, oh, I kind of annoyed this one. I'll just let him go this one. And you know yourself at this level, you can't do it. You've got to track him back all the time. So that's my reason Kamara is no getting in it. And if you looked at him with Partick Thistle, he was always wanting to slow the play down. And we can't slow the play down. We're not a good team playing at walking pace. We just aren't. We need players that's going to keep the pace in the team.
All right. But you said that was a fluky game, but he was outstanding at Hearts.
Aye, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird. The Hearts are not a good team, let's be honest about it.
No, but let's hope they win the next Scottish Cup tie.
Yeah, of course.
Bridgeman, what's your thinking? Kamara and Jack?
Well, you know, a couple of weeks ago I would have said, look, Kamara's been playing quite well. I think we need to find a spot for him, but his last two games, he hasn't been fantastic, has he? So I don't think he's going to be a first choice. Right at this moment, I don't think so. May I say, I'm banking on Lundstrom being fit. I'm banking on that, and he's going to stroll into the team. If it's not, with Lundstrom's no fit, then it'd be a choice between Kamara and Jack for the sort of defensive route. And Jack would probably get a better choice as a defensive role than Kamara. Kamara's going to have a battle in his hands for his future with these young lads. Those 3 young lads that we've talked about. They're really doing well, and they keep the game going as fast as keep the pace in the game, should I say? Just what you had mentioned a minute ago. Whereas Kamara tends to slow the game down a wee bit by the way he plays possession football. And maybe because there's nobody actually moving. But truth be told, the way nearly every time we see Kamara, he gets the ball and he runs lovely, beats his man, even picks the ball up and so on, and away he goes. And then all of a sudden he goes so far and stops, and the ball comes back the way. That's what happens. And I think against that mob. Sorry, pal.
Aye, I get it. I mean, when Glenn Kamara plays well, the Eindhoven game and that, he makes the game look easy. But I get Albert's point when he doesn't play well, he can look or feel very frustrating. Yeah, Albert.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. He's. I'm not saying he's a bad player by any stretch of the imagination, mate. He is a good player on his game. But there's too many times that when he doesn't own his game, he's 50%, 60% on his game. And this type of game, it's no that you can't do that in this type of game. It's one of the games. You just go out with all guns blazing and see what happens. Because they're going to go out with all guns blazing and see what happens. They're going to have that wee Japanese guy up the front. Him, it looks like somebody's painted a face on a cue ball. What's his name?
I don't know, Billy.
I couldn't tell you, mate. I didn't pay much interest to their names, mate.
No, I wasn't
to be perfectly honest with you.
The question.
Good you, mate. I haven't heard the top of my head there, mate. That shows you how much I'm interested in that, Mobby. But listen, Glenn Kamara is a fantastic football player, mate. We know that. And I listened to the show the other night there as well, and Linda was bang on the money. He does let players run off him. And the way that mob set herself up when they're breaking forward, the breaking numbers, they're 4 and 5 going forward at a time. And we can't afford players not to no pick up runners, mate. We can't afford it. So that's how I would rather hear Askin and Lundstrom in there, mate, along with our back 4. You know what I mean? Just for that sole reason itself.
Well, they come down the wings, and we've got, obviously, we know what Kent does. He's always tracked, wherever he's played well or whatever, Albert, he's always tracked. Maybe would you comfortable with Sakala in there, or would you consider getting your 2 players on the park, Cantwell and Tillman, mate, and having Cantwell, you know he's got a wee bit more defensive attitude than Sakala, or do you go with Sakala just to try and win you the game? Yeah.
I think we go with Sakala right at the beginning, mate, because they're terrified of him. If a wee guy gets on the ball, they're terrified, absolutely terrified. And that £10 million defender, they ripped him up. He just ripped him up for bum paper. So if you get him on the ball in the right area at the right time in the park, the wee man will terrorise him. Kent, on the other hand, he'll have a specific job to do this time. He'll not be doing what he normally does. He'll be put right on McGregor, same as they done the last time. They'll put him right on McGregor. Just tell him, you get on him. The last time we done it with McGregor and Brune, McGregor gets sent off, if you remember. So I can see him getting a specific job. And don't get me wrong, I like Kent doing that job. He's good at doing that job. I want getting his on a 101, but get close to him.
All right. Fred, you're a fan of Sakala, is it? You like his attitude?
Very positive. Look, the boy's been playing quite well, and the last time he played against them, he had a tremendous game, and he tore the right back, he tore him a new one. So every time he went down there, he looked as if he was going to be really dangerous, and he had a tremendous game for us. And he is a positive young man. I just, obviously, like everybody else that supports him and supports the Rangers, they just wish he could get these shots that he's getting at goal. Make him go on target, please, because he's sure to get a goal if he gets it, you know.
Oh, he's
excuse me.
It's likely to do something magnificent, Billy, but in the same token, the next move is likely to fall on the ball, isn't he? Billy boy? Oh, well, what's Billy? Oh, Bill.
He's one of the players that you never predict. Nobody can predict what he's going to do because he doesn't know what he's going to do, mate. But one thing is guaranteed: he'll bring chaos. He brings chaos into opposition defences. He really does, and that's why I look for him. He's superb with it, and he's moving off the ball when you get him in the box. I think it's brilliant. I know he gets slaughtered there. He scored that goal against in Saturday. Was it Saturday? Saturday against Livingston, he gets slaughtered for it. But if you actually look at the movement of him, he's clever. He's very clever. He makes that bad ball into a good ball and scores a goal, and he gets slaughtered for being offside. I was listening to all the comments on him, not on the show. I'm talking about Heart and Hand and Drabble and all that. And they were shouting, he's a yard offside. They can get a player in between him and the opposition player. But if you look at the run he did, he's running across the fullback. He's wanting the fullback to follow him. And in normal circumstances, the fullback would have followed him. It's just that he caught the fullback by surprise. And if the fullback follows him, it's a goal. But he gets slaughtered for it. It's a brilliant run, and he turned a bad ball into a good ball.
All right, I'll tell you what we'll do, if it's all right with you three fine upstanding gentlemen. We'll hear for Fashion Sakala, and then we'll get the lines opened, yeah?
Yep.
Let's hear
go for it.
For Fashion Sakala.
What's your thoughts going into this weekend's match?
Yeah, we are very excited for the game. I think it's a very important game for us, for the club, and for the fans, and we are going to give everything to fight for the win to get the trophy.
You've got the experience of the semi-final last year and that ability to recover from a setback that you displayed that day. Does that boost the confidence going in, knowing that no matter what comes at you, you've got the ability to overcome it?
Yeah, obviously that tells us how difficult the game will be, but we are a very confident squad. We are going to fight, and I know that we are going to get the chances to win the game. Obviously, it was a tough game last season when we played against them, but that's the past. I think we have to focus more about the present, and they are doing really well, but I believe that we are going to fight for the victory.
Does it give you confidence from the game earlier on in the year that you personally were able to have such an impact on it? You assisted Ran Kent and then won the penalty, so are you excited about your chances? And obviously they will try and attack, so that might give you lots of space to try and do things if you're selected.
Yeah, obviously I know how important the game is when you play it against the other mob. I believe that it's all about the badge, and I don't really think about my individual performance. Obviously, the most important thing is about the win for the fans, for the club, and the good performance for the players. So I think the impact that I brought in the last game was good for the squad, but I'm looking for more great performances against the other mob.
For yourself and for the squad, what did winning that Scottish Cup do?
Yeah, I think it would mean a lot to us, to mean a lot to our fans. Obviously, we are 9 points behind in the league, so this is, I think, the great chance that we have. I think if we can grab this cup, it will mean a lot to the club. And we are not giving up on the league competition. We are still fighting, and hopefully we can recover.
And in terms of the previous trophy you won at the end of last season, what did that do for the squad in terms of building something here and showing the players what they can achieve?
Yeah, it helped a lot. It was very good to finish the league, the season with a trophy. But obviously, the big title is the league competition. So we were a little bit disappointed, but the trophy meant a lot to us.
You came on in that game, Fashion, at Hampden in May when you won the cup final. What would it mean for you to start this weekend, start in a cup final for Rangers?
Yeah, obviously, I think it's a dream for each and every player to start games. So I think every player who wants to add impact to the team, you always be a little bit disappointed if you're not playing, if you're not starting games. So I'm looking forward. I hope to start. And I remember the last season I came in, the last 15 minutes. And it was okay because then I added value to the team. And I think they wanted me at that point.
You are currently in the position that you could be starting at the weekend. You had that great impact against Celtic, as we were just talking about earlier in the season. Do you feel that you're playing your best football at Rangers? Is this the best football, the best period of your career at the moment?
Yeah, it looks like, but I think I'm not yet there. I know my potential, and I think I can do better than what I'm doing, and hopefully to keep on doing well and keep on getting game time. I think it's very important for me to keep playing, and I'll just keep on working extra hard, and I hope to keep on adding value to the team.
Fashion, what's this season been like for you as a whole? Because at the start of the season it took a long time for you to get that first start, but now you're starting almost every game. What's that been like?
Yeah, in the beginning it was such a frustrating season, but I really thank God that I recovered from it, and I think it was like 10 games without playing, and I was very frustrated, but at the same time I just kept my patience and keep on working extra hard, kept my motivation that one day I'll get my chances, and I think in the first game I got last 5 minutes. The second, I got 15, I got 30, and I got 90 minutes. So that was a very good progression for me. And it showed how hard I worked for that period of time to get back in the squad.
The role that Michael Beale's using you in, do you feel like that gets the best out of you? And as a coach, does he give you a lot of confidence because he picks you so consistently?
Yeah, I think we had a meeting when he came in and he told me the role that he wants me to play in the squad. And it's exactly what he said, and that's what has been happening the past few games. I think he has added a lot of value, a lot of confidence in me. He has motivated me a lot, and I can tell that I'm totally different player comparing to the start of the season. I think, I really appreciate him, and I think what he told me is what is happening. Obviously, we are not playing the most beautiful football in the league, but the most important thing is we are winning games.
Listen, does that, you talk about that frustrating period at the start of the year, the 10 games, will that make you appreciate going out at Hampden on Sunday all the more that you've had that, you've come through that as well, you get to make the most of what you've got?
Yeah, I think it's all about the motivation, it's all about the confidence, and I'm very confident about the game that we are playing on Sunday. If I want to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, I have to perform on Sunday. So I think, I'm very confident and hopefully to get the win. Obviously, in the beginning of the season, it was hard for me. But I kept my patience, like I said, and continued working extra hard to get the chance. And I think I used my chances because from the time I started playing, I got a lot of minutes in me.
There's always an uncertainty when a new manager comes in, Fashion. But what did that mean to you when the manager took you aside and told you he had faith in you and your ability as well? Yeah, I think that meant a lot. Obviously, I appreciate the former manager. I think I have nothing to blame him about. I think I appreciate what he did for me, and I learned a lot from him. But the current manager has just added more confidence in me, the motivation. I think I'm just totally different player comparing to the player I was when Gio was here. But like I said, I appreciate him. He did a lot, and I learned a lot from him. But the new manager having a meeting with me and starting in his first games until now, I think he has played a very big role in my career. In terms of cup history before you came to Rangers, had you played in cup finals before, and what was your history? No, so this will be my first final with the club. I think. I played last season anyway. Yeah, last season. So yeah. So I've been in a cup final with the national team, the U20, but with the club, this will be my second time. Wow. Yeah. So yeah, it means a lot, obviously. I hope to get the second trophy. And how big an impact has that had back home on you being here at Rangers, and how big a story is it that you're making this impact now at Rangers? Yeah, it's such a huge story. Obviously, I take myself as a role model to a lot of Zambian players, young players especially. So for them looking at me playing for Rangers each and every week, I think it means a lot to them knowing that nothing is impossible, because in the beginning of the season looked like, oh no, he's not playing, this and that, he might leave. But I kept on working extra hard, and obviously they have seen it that now I'm playing consistently. I think obviously
it's something that has shown a very big impact, and the people appreciate it a lot. You know, playing for Rangers is not easy. I think you can see we have talented players here. It's not easy to get the position. Each and every player is fighting for the position, but being consistent each and every week playing, it shows how hard working I am.
It can't be easy for you, you know, family abroad. You got family coming to the final?
No, unfortunately.
Are the people in your village, are they aware of it? Are they able to watch the game?
Yeah, they're able to watch the game, so they watch every game on Rangers TV. So yeah, they watch every game on Rangers TV. So most of the times before game, I have first-time call with a lot of people in my village, and we talk, preparing them to watch the game and making them more exciting to be happy as they're watching the game. You know, watching the boy from the village where I was born, and obviously they're very proud of me. I know what this means, and they always say that it will take years for a player from there to come and play in Europe again, but there is nothing impossible, as we believe.
Are you inspiring other people in the village?
Yeah, obviously a lot of people are being inspired, and I can see, but the problem now is that everyone wants to become a football player. So they don't want to go to school, they just want to keep on playing football. So it has become a very big challenge in my family. A lot of people, they have stopped school thinking they'll be football players. So, you know, it's such a very difficult thing again to carry.
I just wanted to ask about Morelos. You seem to have a good friendship with him off the pitch. You spend a lot of time together?
Yeah, honestly, only here, but not like going out and all that. But here, yeah, we have a very good friendship, and we always speak before the game. We talk on calls before the game, and yeah, he has also played a very big role. Obviously, also for him, it was not easy in the beginning of the season, but now you can see the impact that he has added into the squad, and yeah, we have a very good friendship, and yeah, we really talk nicely to each other.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Old fashioned to all our Zambian listeners, and there is a lot of them out there. You watch again and enjoy the game in Rangers TV, yeah?
That
Super.
was good, wasn't it? He's just a nice wee guy, isn't he? He's just a nice wee guy, a nice wee man. And he speaks better English than I do, I'll tell you that. And he's full of enthusiasm. It's good to see and good to hear. It's just something different. It's just somebody that's enjoying life. That's what it should be, I suppose.
Speaks better English than the four of us put together, Albert.
I think so.
You know, but his enthusiasm's infectious, Billy. Yeah?
Aye, it's an absolute pleasure to hear a wee man speak, Oxo. I mean, it's a brilliant story where he came from, mate. What the dedication he showed, mate. The determination he showed to go and play abroad as a footballer, mate. He's obviously worked hard on his ability, and he's had luck. You know what I mean? You've got to have luck and all, but he's just an infectious, first and foremost human being, mate. And it's an absolute privilege and a pleasure to hear a wee man playing with the Rangers, mate. I love the bones out the wee guy. He's different class, eh?
I've just got a funny feeling it could be a big day for fashion, Bridgeman.
No, I really hope so. By the way, it was a really good interview. A smashing wee tune at the end. I liked that at the end. Very good indeed. Very happy. But yeah, I do hope that he managed to get a chance and turn it on and please himself, you know. Get him and show everybody he isn't a bad player. I'm not saying he's a fabulous player, but he's not a bad player. And that's overall, not a bad player is pretty cool. And I'd be happy with him getting a good game, a really good game for himself. Maybe even score a goal or two, you know. And he can do it. He can do it.
What's not to like? Albert's fast. He's brave. He can leap. He can head it. He can dribble. Whether he means it is up for debate, but he can dribble. Yeah.
2 feet. He can score with 2 feet. Both feet.
Shoot with both feet. What's not to like, really?
I don't know if people don't like him. I've always said that we were struggling to have that right on side position. I say that the solution could be at the club already in wee fashion, and he's proven it. He's holding that position, do not? Because nobody plays that position better than him in the squad. I don't care who it is. Nobody plays it better than him. And he can score goals, and he can do all the things you just mentioned. I'm telling you, he ticks the boxes. And the really strange thing about it, Kent and Morelos are in for pay rise. They want pay rise. If anybody should get a pay rise, it's that wee guy. He should get put on a better contract, honestly.
Listen, if he gets us a winner on Sunday, Billy, I'll personally get a hold of him Sunday night and induct him into the Hall of Fame. Yeah, he'll be in the Hall of Fame. Get his name up on that board.
I know, mate. Listen, I hope the wee man has a.
Oh, we lost Billy. I'll get him on that board on Sunday night, Albert.
Oh, I'll get him a board for himself. I'll get him his own board. I'll put him on that. I'll get him a statue and put it next to the Greg's.
Right, okay. I've got a question for you. I'll go to you first, Albert. Just, obviously we'll pick the teams and they're all roughly the same. There's not a lot of difference in people's teams, but what's the key area for you? I've got you second, Bridge. What's the key area, the key battle that we have to win? And who are our two key players on Sunday, Albert? Difficult questions, I know.
The key area is going to be the midfield. Of course, it is. It's always the midfield. If you match it, at least match it, you'll win. If you power the midfield, you'll win. The only way you'll not win in the midfield battle is if we play that sloppy stuff again, which we've got a tendency to do at times. But I don't see it coming. The occasion's too big for them. The other one is the key position. Barisic is a key position in the defence. No, don't get me wrong, the whole defence is important, but Barisic, you can't let them run in blind side from him. You just can't, because they're going to target him again. They've done it in the last 2 or 3 games. They've targeted him for that blind side. If he's learned anything, and if Beale is the coach we think he is, either he'll have him gemmed up on that. Do not let that happen again. And also up front, if Risa Kala can go on the ball and do what he does, and Kent can noise that McGregor up, aye, we're definitely in. We're definitely in here, mate. We've got the players there. We've got the systems. We've got the coach. It's just the application. We get out there and do it.
What's a key area for you, Bridgeman?
Well, I said earlier, in this game, the midfield's absolutely essential. And we really need someone that can shall we say, run the game, both from a defensive perspective, and then the other midfielders can do the attacking with the ball. And I think Lundstrom, providing he's there, Lundstrom would be key in that area, because he had a really good game against them last time he played them. So as far as I'm concerned, it needs to be Lundstrom in there. Up front, obviously, we need to need to concern ourselves about Sakala kicking on, and Morelos also. Morelos needs to go beside that boy Vickers. I can't remember his Carter Vickers or something like that. He's got to go with him and stand beside him and murder him. Every time he gets a ball, murder him. And that's what, in my opinion, Morelos needs to do, because he seems to play a good game against the Rangers, but under no pressure. We need to go and put pressure on him. That's the way I see it anyway.
Mm-hmm. So you think that it's obviously you've said it in the midfield, but whether Alfie wins his battle, we'll have a big influence again. Is that the point you're making, Bridge?
Oh yes, absolutely. And obviously, from a midfield perspective, it's more and more of a defensive midfield area for Lundstrom, because that's where he picks up good ball there, and he's got to be on top of his game. If he's on top of his game, he cuts a lot of the balls out, the dangerous balls that will go through to their strikers. Lundstrom could do the job there. He's done it before. It's no going to be any stranger to it. But he needs to get in and get stuck right into them. And if he gets stuck right into them, then we're going to see something.
But I think Lundstrom would be in my team if he's fit, of course. And I'm not Lundstrom's better fan, but I think he just uses that bit of physicality that will help us and let the other boys play. Yeah.
Yeah. I think him and Jacko, they might get a half each if they're injured, but I don't think they are injured. But they might get a half each. And both of them will do the same job. No, I mean, don't get me wrong, they'll do the exact same job. And I think, see that Bridge was saying about that clown that centre off, it's the other one. It's next to him. He is a weak link. I can't remember his name, but he's a weak link. He has a real weak link. We need to get to him, really get on him. And I think you get a lot of joy, and we Morelos got a lot of joy off of him. Real, honestly, you will. But again, it's down to be Alf, innit? It's if he's up for it, and he keeps a cool head. Attitude, mate. Keep a cool head. Be a professional, and just ragdoll them.
Yeah. Billy boy, so what's the key areas for you, mate? What's the two battles that we need to win the game, mate?
Well, Ox, we need to win the midfield, mate. That's the key for me, mate. That's where all the midfield, all firm games are won and lost, in my opinion. And obviously, when we get our chances, where they come early or late in the game, mate, we're going to take them. But first and foremost, mate, the key for me is the midfield battle. We win that, we win the game. And you can normally tell, Ox, in these games, after the first 15, 20 minutes or something, how we're going to perform. Sometimes you get a good feeling, you say to yourself, well, listen, we look as if we're going to do this today. In other games, you'll say to yourself, well, I'm not too sure. But as I said, mate, the midfield's the key. Midfield's the key for me also.
All right. It's quite funny, actually, in these games that in the last few nights, Albert, we've talked about this, we've talked about that, we've looked at different players who's played. And there's a real lack of people mentioning our two centre-backs. Because they've been arguably the most consistent players since Beale came in the door.
Aye, they've no choice, mate. There's nobody else to put in there, even if we didn't like them. They're playing, and that's what it's here. But to be fair to them, they're playing well. The two of them are playing well. And they just dovetail nice together. They look right together. You know what I'm saying? They don't look awkward. Or lopsided. They look right together, and I do like Davis. I must do that. I do like Davis. He's a class player. He really is a class player. And Golson's Golson. If he concentrates, big Golson concentrates. He's solid enough. He really is. But it's that lackadaisical stuff. But to be fair, he's not done that for a while. And let's hope they do it on Sunday.
No. Rich. Reg, last call.
Sorry, Pat, I couldn't get that bloody mute button off.
Are you and Billy on the same phone?
Of course.
One speaker.
No, I listened intently what you were saying there about particularly defence. I think the two central defenders we've got are they're up there among the best in the country without a shadow of a doubt. Not so great with pace. Against pace, they might struggle a wee bit then. Most centre halves in the business will struggle against pace, and they've done very, very well up to now. The boy Davies has settled really well into that sort of left side of the centre backs, and he does covers it with glory most of the time. He's got the ball. He's a nice passer of the ball, and then we spoke about this the other night there. He's no compunction. If in doubt, get it in the rose head and get it out of the way, and restart. So I think that the weak link we've spoken about earlier, we've both said this, well, most of us have said it, is when our full-backs are up the park, that's the target. That's the target for the Celtic and other teams. down the wings, high balls down the wing, into that position there. And even when the full-backs are there, they can't cope too well with the high balls. So they're always be targeted as weak areas to put 3 men on them and things like that, you know, when they can. Yeah, but I think they can cope with it. I think Rangers will cope with that. They know what they'll do. We've got to match it up. That's what we need to do.
Mm-hmm. Billy?
Aye, mate. Listen, what we were struggling with early on in the season was, mate, we didn't have a settled back four, a unit, mate, and we've got that now. You know, we've got our goalkeeper, and we've got our 2 full-backs fit, and we've got our 2 centre-halves fit. And what we've got as well, mate, we've got a lovely, lovely balance in our back four. And we don't, in my opinion, that sometimes when, for talking sake of the 2 centre-halves weren't playing regular with one another, you would take somebody in there who the other one would have to talk through the game type thing. But we've not got that now. And the 2 centre-halves look as if they're starting to form a good partnership. And they're no the type of players, Oxford, that they'll no try crazy things, you know what I mean? They'll keep it nice and simple, and they'll defend as well, mate. And they can win balls as well, and they're no fear to win tackles as well, which is a good thing as well.
I know over the years you've had your criticisms of Golson, but we didn't half miss him when he wasn't playing all better.
I mean, we definitely missed him, there's no doubt about that. Because we never had anything else to put in. So you're playing with 2 young boys, one is not even a centre-half. But he's made some difference since he came back in, and I'm the first. He's not my favourite player. I don't know if he ever will be my favourite player, but I'll give him credit. He's playing well. He's definitely playing well, and he's solid enough to know. Definitely. I'll give him credit. Because they never started the season off particularly well. Then he started coming into a game, and then get injured. But he's come back, and he's come back stronger. He really has. And he's made a difference to that first team. There's no doubt about that. He's made a difference. As is Cantwell, as is Raskin. And that's all you can ask for. Players that you're bringing into your first team making a difference. And they are making a difference. And Davis as well. He's back for injury as well. He's made a difference. It's boding well. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the players coming back and roofing on them. We get in and making the same difference. You know what I mean? And we're getting better and better and better. There's no doubt about it. We've potentially got a half-decent team coming now. A couple of
I don't know if we get them all in, mate. If Red Van Lawrence, Roof, Sakala, Cholak are off injured in the present squad, it'd be a real conundrum for a manager, mate.
Aye, that's the way it's going to be. But once they're all fit and I mean, they're not all going to play. Let's get that straight. They ain't going to play. It's going to be horses for courses, and it's going to be how the game pans out, the games pan out to see what we need and require, and we pull it off the bench. That's what it should be. Whereas what we've had before in most of the season is people on the bench, and they have the players on the bench, but they're just bench fillers. They're not there to really come on and make a difference. But what you've got now is starting to get the squad the team that's on the park and the players on the bench. The players on the bench can actually come off the bench and make a difference. That's a big help. That really is. Because and I know, not every game goes to plan. Not every game you get right, and you do need to make changes. Not just for injuries, but for tactical reasons. Now we've got the players that actually can make the change, make a difference.
Bridgeman, you're a connoisseur. Have been for 1 or 2 decades in football. Has 5 subs changed the game for you?
Bloody mute button. Yeah. No, 5 subs to me has made a huge difference. Basically, for the manager to be able to change, make key decisions anytime during the game, and I think it's made a big difference. The ability to bring that extra couple of men on. Obviously, it's down to timing and when he can do it and so on and so forth. And the big fear is, well, we put them all on and then somebody gets injured in the last 10 minutes or something like that. So the manager's got to make his decisions. But I think it gives them more choice and maybe iron out a few things that he's got a problem with during the game. Made a big difference.
Billy, has it changed it for you?
Aye, well, I think the days in the old days of 11 players in a sub, mate, that's all long gone. Excuse me, it's all about a pool now, isn't it? But regarding the subs rule, it's a good thing to have, especially if you've got quality on the bench to come on and fill their positions, because we struggled with that too for a wee while, because when we were making these substitutions, or we weren't making these substitutions, we didn't really have to bring somebody on that could possibly change the game. But now we have, or we're starting to get the players back fit again, so that's a good option to have as well. Plus, the manager making these substitutions at the right time in the games is also key as well, Ox.
Mm-hmm. I personally think it can be a big bonus to the cloggers, where you can go out and you can get stuck in, and then you get 3 players booked in the midfield and you change them, and all of a sudden you get another 3 cloggers in there that haven't been booked all day, if that makes sense.
I mean, eventually it will be used as a tactic. I've no doubt about that. It's like every good thing in the game. It eventually gets used, like kicking the ball out, things like that. That gets used as a tactic. Lying down and no getting up, used as a tactic. Anybody touches you, just fall over, you get a foul, especially defenders. That's now a tactic. So this is going to be a tactic, the 5 subs. But one of the things that does negate the 5 subs is this 4 homegrown players on your bench, or on your team, or on your bench. Is that still a rule, aye?
Good question, mate. Good question. I couldn't answer that off the top of my head, mate.
If it is a rule, they 5 subs now negate that. You know what I mean? So it's a stupid rule to start with. I always thought it was a stupid rule to start with. But now the 5 subs just that. It doesn't matter. You can you've got 9 subs. Is it 9 subs you're allowed sitting in your bench? And you can pick 5 of them. So 4. So you basically get 5 subs. To me, it makes sense. It makes sense. I quite like it, to be honest with you. I've not got a complaint about it. I quite like it.
No, it's here to stay, I think, Albert. It's just one of these things that's just happened, doesn't it?
It also makes the players themselves happy, I would imagine, because there's more chance of you getting game time now. Getting in the squad and getting some game time. Is that wee boy the other day showed?
Bailey Rice.
I mean, he get game time. Without that 5 sub rules, he's not getting on that part.
Is that the first Rangers player that's played that you've got underpants holding them?
I'm wearing underpants, it's all on them. I've not got underpants, I'm wearing them. Aye, so that's that. Aye, from that point of view, the 5 sub, but I quite like it. I'll be honest with you, I do quite like it. People might say it's unfair that a team's not playing well, you're on top of them. Next time they can change practically half of their team, and all of a sudden they can come back into the game. But that doesn't normally happen, does it? That's no a thing you see a lot. You see the subs coming on, but they don't make that much of a difference if a team's getting a skill. Like Liverpool, ha ha ha.
It'll be interesting. How it pans out, substitutes. I think it's became a big part of the game. Take Billy's point on board, mate. That's the managers and all your support staff. They've got to get their working date right, because you're trying to influence the game for the side more so than ever, Billy.
That's right, Ox. As I said, buddy, they've got to get when the substitutions. They want to make these substitutions, they've got to make sure they do it at the right times in the right period of the game. Obviously, you can take into obviously you can't compensate for injuries, players getting injured in the first 10 minutes or the last 10 minutes. No, obviously you've got to. That's completely different. But tactical wise, mate, it's a good thing as well. And I believe as well, Ox, I'll need to double check this one as well. Is how does that work? That rule? In extra time, is it 6 you're allowed, or is it just 5?
Good point. We'll get that checked out as well, Billy. Yeah.
Aye, mate.
We're not going to need extra time. Dear oh dear. Right. I think we've been joined with AK. All right, AK.
Can you hear me all right?
But unfortunately, we can see you. No, there's a favour. Put your mic on, but turn your camera off.
I don't know how to do it.
Or put some clays on.
Hey, one of Andy Leeds drinks.
That better?
Oh, a lot better.
That's better. Good evening, boys.
Good evening.
Useless this is Andy for Leeds. I thought I would either join here or watch Love Island, but use the short straw.
If I was picking...
How's Andy? How's Andy, Alan?
If I was picking all the guys that come on Rangers Radio who would watch Love Island, Robert W. wouldn't be one of them.
Aye, all better. Aye, but I think he's still no 100%. The daft bugger, I don't think he'll go to the doctor though. He's convinced his COVID jags is knackered his insides, but we keep telling him he needs to go to the doctor, so hopefully he does. If you're listening, Andy, I know you are. But anyway, good evening, guys.
How are we doing, mate? Right, we're just going to go for a tune, AK, and we'll come back to you. But look, for popular demand after last night, the Kings of the Grease, Kaniki and Danny Zuko, who were on the show last night, we'll get a younger version of Live for Drum Chapel, and then we'll have another tune. Take it away, Foxy boy.
And then in fact goes the final whistle. And Rangers, the Scottish Premier champions, have won the best of British clash. The header down the big pass off the line, it must be the goal! Rangers have scored, and 2-1 for Rangers!
Know the streets be broad and narrow, we'll follow, we will. Follow, we will. Follow, we will. Know the streets be broad and narrow, we'll follow, we will. We will follow in the footsteps of our team. Follow, we will follow Rangers everywhere, anywhere. We will follow.
It was 50 yards out from goal on the left-hand side, and he walloped it first time, and the goalkeeper never even saw it.
There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers. No, not one, and there never shall be one. Starting all around their troubles, we will fight till the day is done. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers. No, not one, and there never shall be one.
Brilliant run by Hinckley, drifting left towards the end of the penalty area. Swings it all back across my guys. Oh, the guys just scored for Rangers! A superb goal! Walter Smith turned into Lutz's.
There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers. No, not one, and there never shall be one. We are the Rangers boys. We're more like wild boys. We'll be waiting to see our team at my blocks on our way. For we are the
across the left side. A ball played across, and McCoy's coming in, heading it first time for his 29th goal of the season, and Scotland's goal king strikes again.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
The boy I love, Rangers. The club made for me and for you. I went to the ground with my father. Since then I have followed on too. And now I am older and wiser. The passion still runs through and through. I make sure my sons and my daughters still defend the red, white and blue. Here we go. Na 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 na.
There you go, huh?
Well, thanks for that, folks. He's going to kill you.
Oh, Big Stevie and helium.
Yeah.
Oh, that was class. Well done, folks.
How are you, AK? What's on your mind?
I'm fine, mate. I'm enjoying the build-up he's putting on every night there. And the battle fever's growing. Been enjoying the show last night as usual. The Chuckle brothers now, isn't it? Stevie and Southside, the two of them are hilarious. But Billy's team, I actually agree with that. If all injuries are clear, I like our midfield to be Lundstrom, Raskin, Tillman, and obviously Kent, Sakala. I think Morelos will start, but as you keep saying, Ox, it's not about a first 11 anymore. You're talking about 14, 15 players now, so players will change during the game, just depending on how the course of the game is going. So hopefully, all things will go our way. But I like the build-up of the game this week. Do you not think it's a bit different? A wee bit of feistiness in there. It's not the pals act with Gio and Postecoglou, and I think that went against us because Gio's record wasn't the greatest against Postecoglou. Beale's got under their skin. And it's starting to show. The wee cracks are starting to show. Keep the pressure up, the Rangers, and see what they've got. Test their mettle.
I think your nature. I think Beale sees and knows the press game. I think Gio, it wasn't something he enjoyed. If that's fair, AK.
Yeah, I agree with you there, mate. It's probably something the Dutch aren't too keen on to get involved in, but Beale's been there before and he sees how Gerrard got under their skin. I like that. It reminds you back in the days when Walter and probably Lennon or whoever was manager of them, there was obvious respect there that Walter would give them, but he certainly didn't fear them. I get the impression that Gio was a wee bit fear to them sometimes, and that reflected in the manner how our team played. I don't think Beale fears them. And that's starting to show in every press conference, and it's filtering through his players as well. Come on, the Rangers, let's get into them, eh?
I hope you're right. So you went with Billy's team then. Just give me a midfield again, AK.
Raskin and Lundstrom. I think that would free Raskin to roam forward to join in with Tillman. He would be the kind of floater behind Morelos and Kent and Sakala. I think Sakala with a fantastic game at Ibrox, and I think they fear him. They fear his pace and his unpredictability, and he certainly tore Juranovic a new one. So I would go with that to start with, hoping that we've got the availability of Ruth and Jolak to come on if we need them. But you've also got hopefully Jack on the bench here just in case Lundstrom's feeling the pace. And you've obviously got Cantwell there. as well to change the course of the game. So, but our back line's solid, and you've mentioned your two central defenders, and you're right, but we've not mentioned the stability of Alan McGregor in behind him either. I think he'll be a big player. Compared the two, each end of the park, Joe Hart had an absolute holocaust again, but he got away with it against Aberdeen. McGregor's solid for us in these big games, and that's a big thing to have behind Golson and Davies in front of him.
All right, why have you went for Tillman in front of Cantwell, mate?
I just think he's in a good run of form there. Obviously, he's no turned up. We've got to be fair that the first couple of games, I think they bypassed him, but I think the confidence factor, you can see it starting to ooze out him. I think he's obviously experienced this game before. I don't like putting in too many guys that don't experience this game, because we've seen it with Diallo, we've seen it with Ramsey, caught in the headlights, and there's zero influence in the game. Game bypasses him. I don't think that'll be the case with Tillman. If Tillman shows the level performance that he's starting to show there before the Partick game, I think this is a game where he turns up and takes a game with a scruff of a neck.
Okay, mate. I think, if I'm being honest, I'll take this to Albert now. Albert, I don't know if I've known a game where there's so little debate about the front and the back of our team, yeah?
The simple fact is we've nobody else to choose from, mate. That's why. I think if we'd Roof and Cholak fit and fit where they go, I think we'd have a headache then, a real headache. And the back line is the same. We've not got any replacements to Suter and Ridvan are injured, so there isn't any debate. So I think we just resolve ourselves to the fact that they are the players that are playing, and that's the end of it. Let's go in there, and we've got to show them some confidence and some belief in them to say, right, you're capable of going and doing this. Let's not kid ourselves on. You're not playing the best team in the world. I know they try to come out as the best team in the world, but they're not. And getting about them, let's test their mettle, as Alex says. Let's see what they're all about. I think you'll see they'll come up wanting.
Aye, well, I mean, we know what the league table is, but just to remind them that, hey, I know you're a man of stats, and then I'll go to Belfast. How many European knockout ties have they won in the last year?
0. I think you go back 19 years to their last one.
Yeah.
So that
can you list the teams that we've knocked out?
God, you would need a hell of a long list, wouldn't you?
Right. Well, just let's run through them. Braga, Dortmund, Red Star, Leipzig.
Yep.
Yeah. Eindhoven. What was the team for Belgium? USG or something? Decent calibre of teams, eh?
Standard Liège.
I think that was this year, was it?
No. Aye, that was a couple of years ago. But no, listen, we've got a team capable there of raising our game, and that gives us hope. I mean, we went into the semi-final of the Scottish Cup, if you remember. Who would their manager be? We had Warburton. Who would their manager be? With it? Ronnie
Dyler.
Yeah, and we battered on that day. They were lucky to take that game to extra time, penalties. But obviously, we showed up that day, and we showed what we can do. Unfortunately, we've not too many days like that. But certainly that day, we were by far the better team. Again, we battered them, but we didn't come away with the trophy. I would take another average performance as long as we've got the red, white and blue ribbons on that trophy, Ox, would you know?
Of course. Billy?
Ox, I don't care, mate, if we play stinking for 90 minutes or it takes us to extra time or penalty kicks, as long as our red, white and blue ribbons own that trophy at the end of the game. That's what matters to me. Long as we win that cup, I couldn't care less, and that's the bottom line for me.
All right. Come and join us if you think there should be different players playing up front. And I agree with Albert. I think we're struggling in defence. Do you think Jolak should play in front of Morelos? If anybody thinks different, it'd be great to hear from them, Bridge, wouldn't it?
Yeah, come on in. Get the phone. Get into the phone now. Come on.
Yes. It's interesting. I don't know. I get your point, but that's a fair comment you make. It's the injuries, you know. But I've never known anyone that hate so much. Albert, really, haven't they?
What was that again, mate? I missed that.
I've never known a game when you've any game pretty much that we've played where people only say, why don't we play Cholak and Morelos and he can't a free road? There's nothing, no debate. It's just that's straight what it is, you know.
So there's a good side of that if you think about it. I mean, they three players, you could be working with them all week. You know what I mean? It's not like you're working with the five forwards saying, right, we're going to have to mix matches and there's a game plan for this, there's a game plan for that. They three play, that's the end. And the other two are subs. You're going to have to come on probably and make an impact somewhere on the line, somewhere along the line. But the three players that you've got, you're playing, so you can work with them. You can work with them on the system. You can like as I say, I think Kent will play that role against McGregor. So you can work with him, and if you've got a plan for Sakala, you forget about plans for Sakala, rip them up. Just on him a ball and point him in the direction and say, go. The goal's up that way, go and do something, son. And the wee boy will. He will. Morelos is Morelos. You know what Morelos' game's all about. They'll try and wind him up as usual. He keeps a cool head and gets on that centre half of theirs. I think you'll see fireworks, and I think you'll see wee Alfie ripping them up. So from that point of view, it's good that you're working with the players. The players know they're playing, so no need to worry.
I get it. He's mentioned cool heads. That's always a big factor in these games. AK.
You're right, pal. You're right. And the biggest culpable guy we've had that there is Morelos, unfortunately. But I think he's got to trust him now, doesn't he? I don't think he's got much options. He's got to start with him at least, because he does link up play better than the other strikers that we've got. But Cholak and Roof are by far better finishers than him. I would just like to see him more. I think Robert spoke about it last night. Get in the box more and on the end of these crosses that the Borna and Kent and Tavernier and that are putting in, because you know that's what you should be doing. You're a Rangers striker. You're there to score goals. He's not scored enough goals for his position, for the amount of games that he's played. But we know he's capable of doing it, and he can beat them. You know, so it could become a physical battle as well. And if it does become that, the wee man, I think, will be up for it.
You mentioned close balls there, Billy. Then I'll go to Bridge with us. We might have the more imposing team physically, because that's not how they're going to play. So set pieces could be important, yeah?
Yes, mate. I don't think they'll try, obviously. They'll not try and lump. They like to play intricate passes in and amongst players and double up and treble up on players in different positions in the final third. But regarding us going forward, we've got that in our locker regarding corner kicks, free kicks for edge of the box. What I want to see as well, and what I've started to see during the last few games, is we're starting to mix things up for corners and free kicks, because I thought we were getting off of predictable locks at corners. You know, it'd be the same kind of ball would come into the box, it'd be the same Tavernier would take the same free kick type thing. Now we're mixing it up. So when you start to mix things up in the final third, way set pieces, it keeps the opposition thinking all the time, because you don't know what's going to happen. So I'm sure they'll be working on that as well during the week at training, obviously on the road up to the cup final on Sunday.
That is one thing that frustrates me. I think we take awful long to take a corner kick and let the other team get set up. Yeah, because we two full-backs go from one side of the park to the other, Bridge, and it takes us forever to take a set piece.
Yeah, can I include throw-ins in that? They were terrible with throw-ins, particularly when we were attacking. Got a bit of momentum. You know, go ahead and throw the ball up. Give the guys a chance. Let them get it. But we end up losing the ball. Invariably, we lose the ball from a throw in. We actually end up the player that they thinks is taking the throw into doesn't get the ball unless it goes back the way like to Goldson, you know. So these are the kind of things that happen to us. Excuse me.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Right, who's going to get the first goal? Put you on the spot. Who's getting the first goal, AK?
Oh, God. I think Lundstrom. Lundstrom. Shot for distance.
You'll be decent price. I think you're getting him 20s first goal.
It'll be better than Southside's Super 6, I would imagine.
Let's put it this way. You couldn't do any worse, could you?
No wonder I think picks him.
That's bad news, isn't it? Terrible. That's tragic.
Billy?
Tavernier for me. Free kick, boom, top corner, 1-0 up with the Rangers. Cruising.
Tavernier. Bridgeman?
Morelos for me.
See if we score early, you're going to turn it off. That it done. 1-0. Happy.
I'll be delighted. So from the moment the ball goes into the net, I'll be cheered all the way through.
Holber?
Very happy.
A tenner's going on Ben Davis.
Corner kick, Holber?
Yeah.
All right.
Corner kick, a free kick, whatever.
All right. Okay. We've been joined by George. Evening, George.
How you doing, boys? All right?
Good to hear from you, mate. Good.
Great show tonight, boys. Great chat. We cut like good tunes here, going to buzz, and I was really looking forward to a good night's sleep tonight, but I can't see it happening. I mean, it's only Thursday night, 2 more shifts, and then that's us into the game. I'm absolutely buzzing for it in New York. Really, really buzzing for it. But what I was going to say, Ox, I said my team the other night, I'd probably change it again before Sunday again, but I would go with this. Just listening to what everybody says about who I think is going to be fit and the rumours that you're hearing and things like that now. I would go with the same back five. I would go with the same front three as everybody else. I would go with Lundstrom and Cantwell in the midfield. I think Tillman will come on as a second half sub. That's what I think my team will be, Ox.
I think that was the same team as Albert's, right, Albert?
Aye, exactly the same. Well done, George.
I think that'll be the team. I think Lundstrom was fit enough to play in there. I think he's strong. He's got their number. I keep on saying this. You need people in that team that despise getting beat after them. He's one of the guys. I can't be Alfie and or usual sort of specs. Big Golson and that are all the same. But I think Big Johnny Lundstrom just got it. I mean, we've seen it last season where the big boy was lying on the ground and he's went on pull him away. You didn't get them back up. You just leave them lying there. That's what they're for, like. So I'm really buzzing for it now, Ox. I really hope you can do this on Sunday. I think we can do it. We've got a good team, Ox. We've got a good team. We've got a good manager. We've not been playing the best football in the world, but we've been grinding out results. We just need a wee hair's performance on Sunday. And you always say, Ox, if we turn up, we win the game, and that's what we need to do on Sunday. Turn up, hard game, get the working bits on, and get the battle fever on. And I think we can do this on Sunday.
Why can't we, George?
I think I would have went for, what do you call him? The other lad who said become on Tillman as a second half sub. I would have went with him, but I just think he's got to be fit enough to play. I think we need we'll maybe get maybe 30 minutes out of Tillman, but I think I'll go with Cantwell. It's always got to be between one of the two of them, but I think for what I'm hearing, I think Big Lundstrom's got to be fit now, so Lundstrom would definitely be in my midfield, and then it would be, and Raskin will be in there too, because I think he's a bit of a baller, to be fair to the lad. I just hope he can cope with the red hot atmosphere, because there's guys came here before with big who played in big games and that before, but it's nothing like they've ever played in before. Going into this on Sunday, and both sides got the same amount of fans there. It'll be absolutely rocking. So I just hope these two guys can stand up for it. And this is a test for them, really, and that's why I would go with Tillman. That's why I would go with John Lundstrom in the midfield to calm everything down. And I think Kent will take a game, and Sunday always takes a game against them as well. and I'm hoping we Alfie can take his game too. If we can get the tactics going off, I've no fear whatsoever, like you.
All right, confident, George.
Oh, see, at the start of the week, it's the exact same every time. At the start of the weekend, Monday, if I'm not sure, Tuesday, Wednesday, I think we can run out of the top of them the Ox game. It's only Thursday night, Friday and Saturday. I mean, I think we're going to run amok with them. I think we can run amok with them. It's just we need to show up, Ox. That's the thing. We really, really need to show up because they'll be up for it as much as we're on here tonight. And all you boys on there have got me right up for it tonight. I'm buzzing. Like I say, I'll probably go to bed and watch a couple of Old Firm games for years by just because I've not got to sleep tonight now. But I'm really, really up for it. I think we can do this, Ox. I really, really think we can do it. I think the manager will set out the right tactics to shut them down and play them at their own game, and just we can do this on Sunday.
All right, I'll take you to it. Blue movie expert, AK.
Yeah, you bugger.
He caught you there, Kelso. He caught you there, boy.
I thought I gave you that movie back, Bridgman.
Brilliant.
Oh dear. I'm the same as George. Looking forward to the game. A wee bit kind of nervous, and you don't know what's going to happen, who's going to be available. But as news is coming on about the injury situation, I think Lundstrom is a massive up. Ryan Jack possibly too. But when I'm hearing that Tillman could be available, that's a good sign for me. And it's either Tillman or Cantwell. But Tillman seems to be the man in form now, so I'd rather he was out there now than Cantwell. Cantwell can come on and win the game. How about that?
It'll be interesting. I mean, I had somebody saying today they think it could be Lundstrom, Raskin and Kamara, Billy.
Listen, Ox, that's a strong possibility too. Are you talking about playing a 4-3-3?
Aye, but Kamara's the one that will get the licence to join in, like he did in
Aye.
some of the big games at Europe.
Aye, that's a possibility as well. If we went the 4-3-3 route, obviously we've got players there that can hurt Celtic if we go that formation as well. But what I was thinking about, Ox, was weigh the players that's possibly fit and others that's maybe not just 100%. You can mix match it about a wee bit. Players will get a wee run. For talk's sake, your Lundstrom's. I mean, Johnny Lundstrom, if he's 90% fit, I'd play him. You know what I mean? Because he'll run through a brick wall for you, and he's prepared to play through the pain barrier to win that trophy. You know what I mean? And especially against that mob, you'll get that off of John Lundstrom. So you could maybe, for talk's sake, you could get 65 minutes out of Lundstrom, then bring Ryan Jack on. Same with Tillman, same with Cantwell. You've got Morelos there. You could maybe give Alfie 75 minutes if the game's gone well. You've got the option to bring Roof on, or you could put Scott right down the right hand side, and then obviously you could bring Cantwell on there, or you've got you've also got Big Kolach as well, who's come on and he's always a threat for a goal. So we've got plenty of options, and different areas and key areas, which it's a good thing. The only thing, back to what I think it was Albert was talking on earlier on there, it's the back four. It's just a wee bit concerning. I know we've maybe got Devine and the laddie Devine can get in there at right back. Jack could also slip in there for talk's sake, and then Sands he's played in there, but I'm a wee bit concerned. We're a wee bit shy at left back. For talk's sake, if Borna had to take a billion or what, no.
As but Devine would be your utility player, wouldn't it? That's what would happen.
Aye.
That's what would. I get your point. I mean, Sands would be the cover, which isn't the ideal, if we're being honest, George.
That's a bit of worry, Ox, but I think, I heard what you were saying earlier on about the back five, in the front three. Nobody seems to be changing because they're stick-ons for me. Like Billy's saying there, I mean, that is a bit of worry, but I think they'll go all right. I think our guys will go all right there. It's the midfields, the winners. Me, I think we win the midfield battle, Ox, we win the game. It's as simple as that. Like, because I've every faith in my back five. And I can't everybody thinks that we Alfie batting forward, but we Alfie's a game winner as well, Ox. Ryan Kent's got the making of them, and Sakala's just came right onto a game for us. If he takes a game on Sunday to Oaks, I mean, we've got a good bunch of guys here, and I think it was you that said a while ago, Oaks, it's not the 11 that's got to be winning the game. It's possibly got to be the maybe 13, 14 that's got to win the game. And you've just mentioned the guys here now. If it's Cantwell or Tolman that's got to come off the bench, Roof's maybe got to come off the bench. Big Sholak's got to come off the bench. We've got guys there that can win games for us, eh?
But you also need in a big game, you need that ingredient. You need a bit of luck.
Of course, mate, everybody needs a bit of luck. Yeah, if it comes our way, which we're entitled to it because we don't get much luck, you win the game. It's one of the ones you can't see any reason for not to win the game. Don't get me wrong, they'll be up for it and all. They'll be running about crazy. We know all what they do. But it might be a bouncy ball, it might be a deflection, it might be, anything they can decide. You just hope it goes your way. This is the thing, isn't it?
Correct. Right. League Cup. It's not my priority when the season starts out, but it feels as if this is just a defining moment, doesn't it? Billy.
Yeah, Ox. It's a trophy, as Michael Beale said in his presser, I think the other day there, mate, that it's one of the medals that the players have not got. So, if I'm one of the Rangers players and I've not got that medal, I'm going to get out there to burst my tail to make sure that I'm getting that winner's medal. If that makes any sense, buddy. That's the attitude I'd be going out with on Sunday.
Good point. Everybody needs slightly different motivation, but hopefully they just want to do it for themselves, for the club, for the fans, and get themselves down in history like a year when you're a winner, Bridge.
Well, it's lovely to be a winner, as we all know. And he's played football in any sport. A winner's a winner, and that's what we want to be. That's what we want to be after the big game. That's for sure. Had nothing to beat it. Nothing to beat it. That feeling, walking away. And the last time we wanted to beat them at Hampden, if my memory serves me right, was a semi-final. The goal you mentioned, we actually gave them a right good doing as far as football was concerned, but I thought we were awful lucky. They had a wee guy, and I can't remember his name now, for Manchester City, and he missed an absolute humdinger of a sitter. Absolutely. My heart was in my mouth. But we went on to win it. Barry Mackay scored one of the goals of the century, people. I mean, that fabulous ball. Great.
Yeah, that was the last time we played them at Hampden. Yes.
No, is that right? We beat them. The last time we beat them.
No, we beat them in the semi-final last year, Kitch.
Oh, I saw we did. That's right. So it's great. Watch out when you get old, folks. Your memory goes away.
Oh, we know. Well, you've got to get there. At least you've got there, mate.
Yes.
Yeah. Aye, but...
I find, Bridge, my memory improves if I tighten up my incontinence drawers.
Oh, brilliant.
Is that at the top?
Is
that at the top of them or the bottom? You tighten them up?
Oh, both, mate. You've got to be careful there, by the way. You can't go lopsided now.
Oh, boy.
Wonder that. Me and him were out for 8 hours and he never went to the toilet once. Now I know why.
You can see a wee smile on my face every now and again.
Oh, magic.
Aye. League Cup, it's not a priority, AK. I know it isn't when you think of it. I mean, I think it'll be fourth in the priority, won't it? The league progressing
Absolutely.
in Europe, and then the cup, the Scottish Cup is a Premier Cup, and then this one. But it just feels like a big moment, doesn't it?
It does, pal. And I go back memories again. Soon as revolution when that started. That was a big thing for him, you know, winning that first trophy against Celtic at Hampden, 2-1. Davy Cooper, we mentioned, I think it was your show last night in Mead Durant, and that was a big thing. It was a big thing for the support, but it was a big thing for the players. It gave them belief and confidence that they could go in, you know, and win the title. If you reverse back to last year, it was a big thing for me. At that time, I think we were about 7 points clear in the title race, you know, and them winning that first trophy, you know, was countered that. And but we've got a chance here to possibly derail them. If we come away with that trophy on Sunday, who knows? It might put a wee bit of doubt. It'll certainly give our players confidence, our support confidence, and all of a sudden, you know, a wee doubt, a wee slip here and there, and all of a sudden you might have a game back on, a title race back on. But the trophy is massive for our squad morale going forward, and it's massive for Michael Beale. It's his first chance to win silverware as Glasgow Rangers manager.
Yeah, George.
Aye, Ox, you're saying about motivation there. I mean, I would like to think these guys didn't need motivation to beat it being a League Cup final, it being an Old Firm League Cup final. Anything like that. Ox, if I play them at ping pong, I want to beat them. If I'm walking across the road at the same time as one of them, I want to get to the other side of the road before them. Just anything at all. I just want to be better.
That's to get away from the smell, George. That's a different that.
Right there, Ox. But I hope our guys, our players there on Sunday are that the same, because you can look at all the things. It's an All Firm Cup final, and the thing is, you've got to become a bit of a hero with the Rangers fans. You want to do it for yourself as well, Ox. I would like to think James Tavernier's going out there as the Rangers captain, and he's pushing your guys all the way to get us to get the win. Not even for a medal, just for the fact of getting the bragging rights out his big rivals, because they're his big rivals as much as they're ours, Ox. So it shouldn't be about motivation, it should be wanting to win. He's out there living every one of the players are out there living every one of their dreams on Sunday. We're at the side of the park dreaming that we're going to win it. They're on the park, and I think they're going to do it for us, Ox. They've got to take a wee bit of motivation from within themselves and win this on Sunday.
Albert?
And I say more than that, mate. It's true. It's they need to be up for it, and I think they will be up for it. Don't get me wrong, because as I said earlier on in the programme, by the way, we've got history of this. We've got pedigree of this, pulling results out in big games. We might not be the most consistent at the moment, but we definitely go to pedigree of raising our game for these big games. And I'm super confident that we'll be up for it. And as you say, we bit of luck. The trophy's coming home.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to run the panel. I'll start with you, Billy Boy. Your favourite memories of a League Cup?
It's got to be Super Ali's hat-trick away back in the 80s.
84?
84, mate.
Yeah,
2 penalty kicks.
He missed one of them, mate.
I was at that game as a wee pup, mate.
He missed one of them, mate. He didn't score.
Aye. Well, he scored the rebound, sorry.
Aye. Thank you. Right, okay. Yeah, okay. Big call, big game. Maybe people argue that was the game that made Ali, and it was a week after the Dundee Scottish Cup tie. If you want to look that up for a wee bit of interesting thoughts what happened, how things can change in a week. George, your biggest League Cup memory?
I've got a strange one. I've said this loads of times on here. I've got a bit of a strange one, but I think the David Cooper Cup final. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that day. The one that always comes back to me is Maurice Ross's goal that day. I think it finished 5-1 that day, Ox, wasn't it? Against Motherwell, and that was just. I thought that was a great day. I thought it was just set up well, and thought Rangers were outstanding that day, and I enjoyed that League Cup final. Can't remember. Was that 2005, Ox? Was it 2003, 2004? Anybody then?
Come back. That was the thing. That was just before Helicopter Sunday. Yeah. Yeah, they just come back. Barry Ferguson had come back, and Rickson was captain this then, and yeah.
I think Dundee United, sorry, in the semi-final, 7-1.
7-1 in the semi-final, huh?
That's right, aye.
Aye, good shout, mate. Good shout. Albert.
Probably the one Davy Robertson gets sent off early doors. Ali McCoy scored, I think, and
Albert, and that was a Scottish Cup semi-final,
was
mate.
it? That'll do then. That's my League Cup one.
Carry on, have another goal.
What was the one Davy Cooper penalty?
Was
that a League Cup?
That was 1986, as soon as his first trophy, and it was the League Cup.
Yeah, son will get one right eventually.
50-50, that was all right, mate.
It's the two teams I keep getting mixed up now. I mean, it's difficult.
So the pressure with the pants you've got on. Right, AK.
The one that sticks in my mind, well, it's 2 years in a row when we played Aberdeen, but the Davy Cooper free kick one, was it 3-2 that game? And
No, it was
the next
we
one.
won it again, please. If you're going to come on here, that game we won in penalties.
That was a great. The two of the finals were brilliant. That's when Scottish football was decent, shall we say? But what a free kick! That was just unstoppable, wasn't it? Brilliant. By the way, was Davy Cooper the most guys for winning the League Cup?
I think it was Coisty, wasn't it?
I think Coisty's at 11, is he not?
I think it was Coisty. I might be wrong, but let me see. Let me just make sure I'm all right with that. What I've said to you there, AK.
Yeah, we won a few about that time. I remember that.
Well, we won it 3 in a row, yeah. The one that Albert's just went for when Cooper scored the penalty. And then we won 5-3 in penalties. That was when Cooper scored that goal, the equaliser. Bridgeman, I think I know yours.
Going to help me out then?
I think it's the pigeon.
Yes, indeed. I loved that.
Some run.
Absolutely loved it. We were 9 men or something we were doing it. Kenny Miller scored beautiful. What's that, buddy?
I think we were down to 3 men.
No, that'll be, you know what I mean. It was Kenny Miller scored a beautiful header, but the pigeon. I don't know who it was that crossed the ball in, but the pigeon was pointing to him, and there's the ball there. That beautiful crossing. Kenny Miller sunk it. Fantastic. What a feeling. I just loved it. That was absolutely superb. That was great. Thanks for reminding me all the details there, Oxford. Thank you.
1971-72, Partick Thistle 4, them 1. That was my favourite.
I was at Ibrox that day. I think we're playing Motherwell. We're playing Motherwell that day. I couldn't believe it. 3-0 at half time, or 4-0 even at half time.
Well done, Fox. There's some great memories there. Some great memories. As a trophy, it's been kind to us, But we want to get it back in the cabinet alongside the Scottish Cup and retain the Scottish Cup and see where this season takes us all better.
I say you never know, mate. You never know. That's the way football should be. Let's carry on that one team wins everything. There's no start on. It's no good. It's no good, mate. But aye. This could be the start of our rebuild now. Get that first trophy. It feels like old times again, doesn't it? You win the first trophy. The rest of the season pans out nicely. So we could swing it. We could swing it back to our favour this year.
Right.
Can I just come in there a wee minute, Oxford?
Yes, mate.
I think it was George Logan that said, if we win at the weekend, God knows what's going to happen, because they might become a bit unstable in their game and start to lose a wee bit. And I think that's actually what happens in the games. They tend to, if you don't get there, you don't win it. The next couple of games are a bit of a blur, and they don't end for you. And we just hope that something like that could happen to them, if indeed that was the case. Because it's happened to us a couple of times when we've done it. That was all I wanted to say.
Aye, I get it, mate. Momentum. George, I've not asked you this. What are you making in the Michael Beale era? I don't know. Yeah.
I think I said it to you before, but I wasn't too over the top with Michael Beale. I thought it was, in my honest opinion, I thought it was a bit of a lazy appointment. Sort of Gio sort of left, and he came in, and it was. It wasn't the appointment I would have wanted off, and that's me being deadly honest. But how many weeks down the line away? 2 months down the line away. And I'm well and truly on the Michael Beale train. I like the way the guy talks. I like the way he conducts himself. He's coming across as a Rangers manager, but he's getting a tune out of players that we need. Kent, Morelos, he's getting a tune out of them. And I Kent Morelos, he's not scored a barrel of the goals for us, but he's played well in games and that for us all. So I'm well and truly there. And just the signings as well. I think the boy Cantwell and the boy Raskin are two cracking signings. That's the players Rangers should be bringing in. To our club, and no offence to Mox, but the boys from Aberdeen and things like that, they're never going to do for Rangers. We need top class players coming into Rangers, and we're going to have to find them. We're going to have to be guys that's not wanting to be in their teams anymore, no signing new contracts. And Michael Beale's got the contacts in the game, and that's why I think, and that's who I think is getting the best out of these players. I really honestly believe he is, and I'm well and truly in the Michael Beale training. I can't wait for the summer to come new Ox, because I think he'll bring in some cracking players and he'll set us up a right good team. It reminds me of it reminds me of it when Alex McLeish came in. I think Alex McLeish's first game as well. Right?
You're breaking up, George. You're breaking up.
You know,
I get it. He came in and won the 2 cup competitions. I
think he's his first cup game as well. Was it not? Can he just scored the winner? I think it was.
The League Cup final. No, his first trophy was against Ayr United 4-0, wasn't it? Yeah, and then his second trophy was the Lovenkrantz final. Yeah, I'll just check that out. That Ayr United, it was 2002.
I just for some reason I thought it was them, and I can remember a cup final against them, and Lovenkrantz scored and Caniggia scored, and I thought it was his first.
2002, and then 2003 we beat Celtic 2-1. That's when Lovenkrantz and Caniggia scored.
There you go, and I think that one there gives us a bit of kick on as well, like folks. So I hope it's like that on Sunday. Like, I'm really buzzing for it. I really hope the players are up for it on Sunday, because I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, they were in Seville. We beat them in the League Cup final. We beat them in the league, and we won the Scottish Cup. Funny that all, isn't it?
It's I don't know what you say for that. It was nice. It was really nice. I remember the feeling well.
Aye. We'll see where it takes us on Sunday, but it just feels as if there's a bit of momentum building, AK. Just hopefully we can keep it going, yeah?
Aye, it's all about confidence and belief, attitude, application, all on the day. We're up for it. We put in that performance on the front foot, what we did at Tynecastle. Take the game to them, surprise them, because they're used to people standing off them. Take the game to them, show no fear, get in about them and rattle them, and then see what they're made of. The day is all about, it's on the day, who performs, who wants it most. And I think that banner last week there, the UB put up, I know there's different views on it, who it was aimed at or what, but see, at the end of the day, it is fact. But I think that was a message to the players. Come on, guys, you've got a trophy there to win next week. Get out there and do it. Come on.
Anyway, you're talking about rattles. He's Pram, and we'll be joined by Andy Felix. Evening, Andrew.
Good evening, guys. Hey, am I allowed 2 picks for that winning the League Cup, or just the one?
Because of your age, we'll give you 2 picks, because you've been in a lot of finals, no?
Right, well, my first one would be when Big DJ rose to put it against that other mob, and that started us off on a wee run going forward a couple of years in front of us. I was only a young guy at the time, but that always sticks out in my mind. Ronnie McKinnon going up and lifting the cup, And the second would be was when wee Doddy scored to win 1-0 to start us on with treble as well. They were the 2 that stuck out. Not great for goals or excitement or all, but just they were significant to me, growing up. So they 2 games for me stick out. very much for me, like, you know, as far as doing them, like, you know.
Yeah, both
plenty of other good ones, right enough, but they two stick out for me.
Big games, they were right.
Yeah. Massive crowd. Feet didn't touch the ground that day when Big DJ scores, like. I remember it well. Get a right eye down when I get back home and all, because I shouldn't have been there at 10-year-old, like, you know, but, you know, that's the way it is, isn't it, you know. But,
well
yeah,
done, Andy, for
fantastic,
getting there.
you know.
Well done, pal.
Oh, hey, listen, the trouble I get into getting up again, you wouldn't believe, but I'll be to keep quietly, you know. But, yeah, they were great memories, fantastic crowds, the atmosphere and all that, right enough. But I'm remarkably calm this week, listening to you all week, right enough, and I just got a feeling we're going to win this, you know. I never, but I think we get that midfield going and we play anything like we played against the Hearts there, I think we'll be all right, you know what I mean? According to all these people, we might as well turn up. Well, I'm not wearing that one. There's no favourites in one of their games, you know. So come on, let's get it on. Let's get it done.
No, you're right, mate. I get where you're coming from. Well, we've more chance of winning it than Southside's has get the Super 6 up, isn't they?
Oh, you're right there.
You know, who's going to be the main players for you, Andy?
Oh, no, I think Sasha will figure quite heavily in it because he seems to have a bit between the two with him, you know. So I think he could do well. I think I'm playing Raskin. I'm not sure I'm starting with Cantwell. You know, I like the look of Raskin. Having the two of them and no experience here. You know, playing against them right enough. You know, bigger players have, you know, lost it, you know, against them in them games. But I like the look of Raskin. I think we're all going to be really impressed with him long term. But Sashin, Raskin, I think if well, he's on into, so I'll give him a bit of toffee, right enough. I think if Lumsden comes through, he could be pivotal as well, right enough, because he don't like them as well. So yeah, I think he would come into the play. I would have liked, probably get shot down for us, but if he'd have been fit, but it don't sound like he is. I would have liked Ruth to start first. You know, I think he's more clinical if the chances came away. But it'll be Morales, wouldn't it? And Kent and Sashin up top. I think that's the three I'll go with.
Well, Ben, I don't think you can put Ruth on too early because you just waste one of your subs, wouldn't you?
Aye, I think at best you're going to get 20 minutes with him.
Aye, but we scored 2 goals in 20 minutes. We'd take that, eh?
Oh, aye. It's a good finisher, mate. No doubt it.
Well, he's the best finisher, isn't he? I think the majority is in his heat. I don't think he's injured half the time. I tell you down here, Leeds fans, they loved him, but they knew he wouldn't play for them. You know, he'd go off the park, you think, well, he's not been injured. And then you didn't hear for him for a long time, you know. The same thing that's happening with us. There's something mentally not right in his head.
Well, if anybody would know that, you would know, Andy, yeah?
Well, we'd die. Well, that all came down when I come into that the Totty from Lanzarote, right enough. Has he been told he's been picked for his playing with his balls for Scotland? He's kept that quiet, hasn't
he? Aye. I'm a humble person, Andy. You know that.
I know, but tell you, I'll frazzle you playing with their balls every Friday. I'll tell you.
Well done.
Pick for Scotland for playing with your balls. What's this about?
Aye, that's a fact. That's why he's kept it quiet.
Maybe again.
Well, you know about Channel 5, don't you, Alec?
Robert watches Love Island. I watch Naked Attraction.
Aye.
Oh, well, we're more documentaries and news programmes, Billy, aren't we?
Aye, Love Island. I think it's Fantasy Island, mate.
Oh, Billy, are you still there? How about the Scottish End Power, by the way?
What, mate?
The Scottish Power. Any joy?
Oh no, it's the Power Rangers, buddy.
What's happening?
Private gentleman, private joke.
You can see all Bern George. There's a reason how I do the jokes on here because they're no funny at all. Are they?
Scottish Power, wonderful. I think he's trying to wind you up, Billy boy.
Right, we're getting near the end. We're getting near the end of the
Bridge,
show.
I'm not taking the bait, buddy. I'm not taking the bait.
Well done, proud of you.
We'll see, Billy.
We'll see what it takes us over the weekend. I think the nerves will kick in tomorrow night, and I'm predicting that you'll get nervous tomorrow night.
Oh, well, I always do. I can't sit down when we're in the house watching it. I'm standing up all the time, and I drink far too much vodka when we're playing right enough back to back. But like I say, I've been remarkably calm, but I've not been great, so I think that's kind of sort of knocked it about right enough. But I'm coming there now. I'm ready. I'm looking at one of the big bottles. I think we'll get one on just to clear the chest a wee bit tomorrow night, and then the rest is doing it over the weekend.
I never thought I'd say this live in there, but I think you should listen to AK.
Wow.
Aye. Well, look, you can't get an appointment. When you get one, they tell you what to do. They don't medicate you properly. They go down to the chemist and tell you, which is what they've done. So I've done what they told me to do, Yeah?
Go to the vets.
Go to the vets. I'd probably help me out there. Frank. Yeah. But no, like I said, I don't like to. I take too many tablets with that diabetes. I know seriously. Sick of it.
Right. Maybe that's been the reason why you have to listen to AK. I've never thought I'd say this, but I must say it. Right.
No, you can't. You can't.
Right, Andy, shut up.
Right.
Andy, what have you been told about taking tablets in an empty head?
Aye, well, you know about tablets as well, don't you?
Right, we've reached that time in the evening, gentlemen. We've reached that time in the evening. Right, Georgie Logan, come in. Last word for your good self.
Oh, I was going to work 3 half shifts on Saturday, but I think I'm just going to work the full day. I'll probably work the full 15 hours on Saturday just to get close to this cup final. I'm really buzzing for it. You boys have got me even more buzzing for it tonight. So come on, the Rangers for Sunday. Come on, into them.
Yeah. Andy?
Yeah, same as George there. Right, let's just get this job done. Time to stand up now, start a new era, and I think we will.
Yeah. AK.
Well, thanks for taking my call again, guys. Great show tonight, great discussions, and the battle fever's definitely getting on. Come on, the Rangers.
Away, boy.
Thoroughly enjoyed the show, Ox. Thanks very much for asking us on. Been a pleasure, mate, with your good self. All Bear and the legend that is Bridge, man. I thought I was buzzing at the start of the show, mate. I'm absolutely even higher now. I can't wait for Sunday coming. Come on, the Rangers, man. Just do this, mob. Absolutely do them and put them right back in their box.
All Bear.
I need nervous energy now, guys. Keep your energy to Sunday. Nice and relaxed now. And then when Sunday comes, let it go. Let it all out.
Just like your incontinence pants, sir.
Oh, definitely, man. They'll be empty going into the game. Put it that way.
Okay. What can I say? Is that me, Ox, here?
Your name's Bridge, man.
Sorry, pal. I do apologise. Can I just say thanks very much for the night, Ox? Great show. Brilliant. Well done for the techie guys in the background and the 2 guys that kept me going all night there. Thank you very much for looking after me, Billy Boy and Old Bear. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, in particular Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, this coming up this weekend, biggest game of our season by a mile. Need to do it. Everybody in there, keep it going for the Rangers. Get and support them because they need it. Keep them going. Keep it going for the Rangers, everybody. Keep it going.
Right, well, I've got you on. I'm just going to get on you on, get your results and your predictions. Well, it's fresh in your mind. Andy?
3-1.
AK?
3-2 after extra time.
Oh, you taking a note of this, AK? Take a note of it. Billy?
Rangers 3, that mob 1, 90 minutes.
Do I need to ask you, Bridge?
1-0 for the Bridge, man. 1-0. Score as many as we can. I'll take a 1-0.
Albert?
2-0 for not the Bridgeman.
And this question's a yes and a no answer. Will Southside get his Super 6 up this Saturday? AK?
A resounding no.
A resounding no.
Billy?
No.
Albert?
Yes.
I'm not putting money on no. No.
It's a yes from me. Listen, thanks to George Logan, Andy, listen to AK, thanks to AK, Albert, Billy and Bridgeman for doing the show. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night as we continue to build up to the Cup final on Sunday. Thanks for listening, stay safe, and thanks to Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. Take it away, Old School Blue.